Shout out Wall Street Bets, JJ, Brian, Elon Musk, my mom, what up? Ooh, I got diamond hands, diamond hands, diamond hands. I got diamond hands, diamond hands, diamond hands. I got.
What up, all my diamond-handed apes? How's it going this afternoon? Buenos tardes, compadres. ¿Qué onda? ¿Qué pedo? ¿Qué tal? ¿Qué pasa? I almost forgot the words there. Feeling pretty good. Got a nice clean cut today, so I'm looking good, just to match my feelings here. Let's get right into the charts here and take a look over at the AMC and see how we ended up today. Just a quick little recap. Forgive me, I gotta look off screen to look at my my second monitor. My desk is only about as wide as this 32-inch monitor that I have, maybe a little bit wider. I get my desktop and the monitor here. Anyhow, looking right into it, looked like we finished about $10.24. Currently sitting about 10.18 in the after hours here. Not bad, you know, not bad. We held up at $10, and I'm proud of you guys for holding strong. Let's zoom out here and look at the day as a whole. Yes, we sold off throughout the day, just really a slow bleed. But you know what? We held strong above $10, and that's where I wanted to end today at the bare minimum. We touched down just slightly at that 10, but as soon as we hit it, we bounced right back up. I think real retail investors knew the value here at $10 and bought those shares back up and helped drive this thing back up. Me, if I saw that it was going to go under 10, I was going to pick up some shares today. However, we did not reach that. We'll see how we go in the rest of the aftermarket hours here to see if I have an opportunity to buy some up. At this point, I'm just averaging my position up, and you know, the more shares the better. I think we'll get back up to $14 at some point next week or the week after. So big battle for us to close above $10, and I'm happy that we did so. Looking over here at GME, we'll pull up the flexible grid here, and let me zoom out on the GME to see how they ended. They had a great day as well, even better than what we had. Yeah, they tested a low of 166, it looked like. Excuse me. Currently sitting at about 182, and it doesn't look like they finished at above $200 for the day. Man, excuse me. Which was a big point of interest here for me. I was expecting them to try to push up above 200, but we all know that the hedgies, they wanted to keep us short, and they did not want us to close above 200 on GME or above $11 on AMC. And you know what? They succeeded in that, but however, we did get up above some certain numbers for options call contracts. So looking overall, I mean, not bad on the day. Yeah, we reached up pretty high this morning and then kind of trended downward from there. We're thinking that some people probably triggered some stop losses here once it got to about $200 after this high of 218, and once it hit about 200, just started to bleed off. I think there were some stop losses here. If we see the $200 mark, when we hit that point right here, we zoom in, you're going to see it doesn't look as large, but right here when we hit this 200, I would imagine this amount of volume here was some stop losses being triggered and drove this thing just down a little bit. However, we respected this line of resistance I set earlier this morning here at 194.87. We set that. It looks like we bounced off of it and kind of rode it for just a few moments, and then we trended downward just for a little bit. Use it as a level of resistance and push right back through and kind of trend on top of it for a while. However, later on throughout the day, we trended farther down, and you can see our another previous line of resistance here at 176, or support rather. We found that and bounced right off of that. So again, respecting these strong levels of support and resistance as we tend to do in a healthy stock, and that's what we want to see. You know, you see we kind of trend right here along this line. Remember, we set that this morning. And again right here, so these lines are not something I added this afternoon to kind of go back after the fact. We did respect these lines, so technical analysis does work. It's just proof. Every day we're finding more and more proof that technical analysis does work, and these things tend to follow patterns. So going back out here to a larger view of my baby girl AMC, we'll see that we kind of did something very similar with this line of support right here at $10.50, which was a big holding point for us. Kind of held us up through most of the mid-morning into the early afternoon, and then right about, I want to guess this is 2 o'clock. Let me see what time this is. It's actually 1 o'clock, so a little bit earlier today. Not sure what the reasoning for that is. A little bit earlier, we got a big push here and a sell-off for this time frame here, starting at about 1 o'clock here. And again, I believe I'm set to Eastern Standard Time, uh, just where I like to keep my market hours. So you see we had a big strong push, but we found that level of support down here at $10, and I don't even think we touched below $10. Yeah, 10.01 right there. Don't think we ever even got below $10. If so, maybe for a second, but it doesn't even look like that. We really held up strong at $10, and that's what we wanted, right? We wanted to at least the minimum close at $10, and we did. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. I do this for mere entertainment, so you guys take with whatever I say as just a YouTube video, right? I have no proper education and no proper education in regards to finances, right? This is just taking you along my journey as a day trader at this point, semi-successful day trader in the least. More successful in my swing trades than in my day trades. And we'll talk about that here in a few moments. Right now, our main focus is on AMC and what we expect to happen for the next week, right? So we did have a number of call options that expired in the money, in the green, right above $10, and we'll look to I doubt that any of them will be exercised, as the price range here is at 10.24. So it doesn't look like those ones that are right at $10 anybody's going to look to really exercise that. I think you would really only exercise that if you were like really high up. Say we ended at 11, you had 10. Depending on your premium price that you paid, you got to outweigh the cost analysis for yourself on options contracts, whether you would exercise those or not, depending on if you want to actually hold those positions or if you're just in it to make some money. Me, from what I found, is it's not best to exercise those options unless you really want to hold those shares. But at that point, you probably could just buy those shares at the price, so why not do that? So, looking pretty steady in the after hours. I think we'll hold up at this $10 mark just fine through the rest of the after hours and pre-market on Monday morning. Don't think there'll be any big news catalyst to kind of push this thing up, other than it's a great buy at around $10. And especially if it does dip below $10 in the after hours and pre-market, that's a great time to buy, in my personal opinion. You guys do whatever you want. If I see it drop below, I'm actually going to set a limit order for the extended hours, and if I see it drop below 10, I'm going to pick up some shares. Currently still sitting at 300 long at a dollar price average of $8.68. So not bad. We're down on the day, but we're up net profit $460. You can see here we're down $216. So it is what it is. At one point we were up like $1,700, but that doesn't worry me because I know that the potential is a lot greater than a mere $1,700. And if you're new to the channel and you haven't seen this yet, this is the 180-day chart, right? So this doesn't really tell too much, other than the fact that we'll pull up a Fibonacci retracement here, and we'll look from this low of about 191. And we'll set it here. I take out this gamma squeeze, this whole Wall Street Bets debacle thing, whatever you want to call it, right? Whatever this was that happened in January, early February, this whole $25 run up, take that out, right? Just forget that even exists on this chart. And I don't know why this chart is still showing up as red. I swear I changed that. So let me, if I can remember how to set it here. Gosh, it took me a few moments earlier to figure out how to set it. I've got to go to the drawing tools. And gosh, can't remember how I did it now. Did I right click? I think that I did right click, and I think that I hit edit properties, and I think that I did, and I think that I did this, and I did do this, and bam, now we're in the gold. All right, we're cooking. As Trace Trades would like to say, Trace Trades is trade trades or Trace Trades. You guys let me know. I like to see this gold one, this overlay, because this is just a little bit easier to show up on the chart here. I would like to save that. I'll figure that out later on. So anyhow, as you guys may know, if you've watched any other finance channel or mine, and if you have not, what we're looking for when we look on a run-up for a healthy bullish uptrend and pullback, just a light market correction, is anything down to 50%. So what you see here Again, taking this whole Wall Street bet stuff, January gamma squeeze, short squeeze, whatever you guys want to call it, taking that out of the equation, starting at the dollar price of $1.91 at the low, and going and putting the Fibonacci retracement at the very top here, which is about 1488, I think is technically, yeah, so that's where I got it set right. Man, right on the money. I think that was actually the exact marker that it was on. And you see, we pulled back. We didn't even touch the 50%. We are less than the 50% on the retracement here. And now we're starting to pull up again. So guys, do not worry about this thing pulling back down the way that it did. It didn't pull down that hard, right? Yeah, it ran down fairly quickly, a couple bucks, and in your accounts when you're looking and you're like, man, I was up 60-70%. Now I'm, only was up like 15% back the other day when it was above $8, floating around that $9 price point. Don't worry about it. Look, we're still on healthy retracement levels right here, and we're starting to turn back upwards, right? In order for us to have healthy bullish momentum, we have to have healthy pullbacks, right? To continue that stair step on upward. And that's why I'm not worried here. So we're going to get rid of this Fibonacci here. And we'll take a look at what I was going to show you guys, the 3-year, 1-week chart. Now, if you take this out again, just forget about all of this, right? We know that there's bullish sentiment in the stock. You can forget about this whole run up here. And just look at where we were previously. This is all the way back to 2018. And yeah, you can say, well, 2018 were different times. We had, yes, we had Netflix and we had some other things, Hulu and Amazon Prime, but they weren't as big as they are now, right? Okay, that's true. So then you take it somewhere else, right? Take it over here to 2019. This is probably where the stock should be trading at, right? Now, this little sell-off here could be anything from bad quarter financials, something going on within the market here in 2019 that just for whatever reason. Now, if you want to even say that that is worrisome for you, okay, well, where do we trade at the worst point before the pandemic hit? Okay, right around here in this range, right? And remember, bullish momentum needs a healthy retracement and pullback, right? So if I were to go back even farther, we could see that we were probably on an upward trend, and this is maybe a pullback, maybe even more of a pullback, right? Anyhow, something bad happened here. I don't quite know what it was. So you just want to say that we're trading in here, right? Well, what's over here? This is about $12.34. Now, if you're entering a position today, you're looking at about $2 and some change, profit per share. That's pretty good. For some of us others that entered in at the $5 mark, that's really good. For some of us that entered in again at the $8 and later mark, that's still pretty damn good. And for those of us that are in at 12, just know that you can take this time to average your position down, so that way when the stock does reach back up here at this level, about 12 or so, you there. But I think that this is more than a $12 stock. I think this is more than a $20 stock. However, I see $20 as the floor, not the ceiling. I see $12 as a stepping stone, right? So if we were to look just backwards, I think we're going to start stepping back up to this mark at some point. And we can pull up a 5-year chart. Give me a moment here, and I'll pull up a 5-year chart for you guys here. So you can see 5 years, we're pulling down, and we kind of traded this way. And this is kind of where I think that we should typically be trading at, is anywhere between this $12 and $20 here. I think that this was a major pullback, and then we started to see something go up, and then whatever, we had some bad news in here. But I'm not worried the least bit. We had a bunch of things that happened over this last year. One of which is Wanda is now not a majority stakeholder in the company. I believe that they were a majority stakeholder. You guys can go do your own DD on that and what that means. From my understanding is that means that Wanda, which is a Chinese investment firm, no longer has majority control over AMC. And AMC is now American movie company. Now, I don't know what that really means. We can actually go to analyze and see. And I should know this. Doesn't look like it probably even says in here. You know what? We probably should all know that if we're holding AMC and we're really bullish and strong on AMC. So I'll take a look over here and just see what I think. What does AMC stand for? All right, very, very close. American Multi-Cinema, right? So that's what AMC stands for. So now you guys know, if you didn't know, AMC is not American Movie Company. It's American Multimedia Cinema. So it's truly that. It's truly American through and through right now. Anyhow, don't be worried about all this stuff, especially my holders that are sub $10. You guys, when we saw profits up here, this thing is on its bullish momentum upwards, and I think it's just going to keep going upwards. And we're not even talking about the squeeze right now. If we start talking about the gamma squeeze and the short squeeze and how bad these damn hedge funds have shorted this stock to kingdom come and how they royally have screwed themselves, and it's going to come back to them, which we all know is going to happen, or what we believe. Sorry, YouTube got to say some things to kind of seal away and cover my ass, but just going off these previous technical analysis of this chart, yeah, we see some downward trend. A lot of this you got to remember of the dates here of about right in here, yeah. This whole range right here, just kind of bad. And we're probably, we saw the effects here at $1.91, right? But there is a renewed interest into the American movie theaters. You don't know what you have until it's gone, and that's one thing about not having the cinema is that we didn't realize the whole year we weren't able to go to the movies. I mean, anybody in the comments, let me know how many of your first dates were at movie theaters, right? And you want to lose that forever? Come on. Americans love the cinema. We always have. The company's been strong for over 100 years. This stock is more valuable than what this is showing right here at $12, $20, whatever. As a smart investor, though, you have to realize and cut all the other stuff, the gamma squeezes, the possibilities out, and just be realistic about it. And, for you guys that are holding sub $10, that you can make, good over 100% profit in here. The opportunity is there. But I highly believe that we are more like a $30 or $40 company rather than a $10 company. And with all this renewed interest, the way that GameStop is changing their business model, I think AMC will do so. And if you guys have been to AMC in the last 2 years, I know growing up, the only place for you to go and have dinner inside of an AMC theater, or not even AMC, a movie theater, or have a beer, which was like outrageous to even think about, was Alamo Drafthouse in Texas, right? There weren't not very many. Now a lot of AMCs are implementing that whole thing. They're remodeling these movie chain theaters to have restaurants and bars. So it's you go in, you kind of hang out, you have a few drinks, watch a movie, come out, have some dinner, have some more drinks. It's becoming more of an experience rather than just going, paying $15 for a bucket of popcorn, $7 for a soda or a Coke Icy, which is my favorite. I always get like the Coke and the cherry, mix them together. It's more than that now, and it's becoming more than that. And I think that the value of this position or this stock is worth more than $20 and worth more than $30, and we'll see that. And it may take months. I'm in this thing for the long haul. I'm diamond handed this thing to the moon. I think it's going to get there, regardless of a short squeeze or a gamma squeeze. Although those squeezes look, the odds I believe are in our favor. And we'll take a look at Fintel just to look at these odds and see where we stand. Fintel, I don't really trust too much, but we'll take a look anyway. So I just opened this up here. It looks like we've got 800,000 short shares available, which is down from the day. I don't even remember. This stuff changes so much that I don't even remember where we're at here from this morning. Probably over 1 million. Could be over 3 million. And the short borrow fee rate is down, right? But again, remember, Fintel gets their information from FINRA, and FINRA underreports everything, especially in the short volume ratio. So this is just something to look at. You can take it for what it is. But the short volume ratio is going up, right? So this is earlier yesterday. According to this, I'm guessing this is again yesterday here, 21,000 short volume ratio, which means this is the amount, the average amount. All right, so the market volume traded within the day. For this day, 130 million shares traded. This amount of short, this percentage of this, right? So you guys get the point there. It's a percentage of what is shorted through the entire volume traded on that day. Still heavily shorted stock. And if you don't believe it, you better start believing it, because they're trading this thing, they're shorting this thing through OTC markets in the dark pool. That's how they're getting away with it now. So we all realize, right, when Roaring Kitty and the other Wall Street Bets guys found out about GameStop and that there was a huge potential for a short squeeze or a gamma squeeze that would lead to short squeeze, because there's micro gamma squeezes all the time. they're just not that violent, is that they found out that the stock was heavily shorted, and the numbers were all there to reflect that. Well, the hedge funds have gotten a little bit smarter, not smarter than us, because we're finding out what they're really shorting through these OTC and dark pool markets, right? So those numbers on FINRA, they're just not reporting them all the way, and even then, it's just a slight adjustment of what they're not reporting. The big thing to take away is that they're not going to show up anyway, because they're not shorting this on the regular market. So that's why you're not going to see it. So we'll take a look at our other positions we're holding here. Not doing too bad on our options call. I'm not even going to talk about this options call. This is like so far out. When we start reaching that $20 price point, then I'll start talking about this options call and what we're going to do with it. Again, this is a AMC strike price, $40 for June 18th, right? I've only got one. It is options are very risky. I'm new to trading options. I've already lost 2 weeks in a row on Friday options calls. One for $16 today and one last week for $14. Went in the green and thought we were going to keep shooting up. I thought the squeeze was happening last week, and unfortunately it did not. So regardless, I took a little hit, but that's fine. In my 3-4 years of trading, that's the only 2 losses I've ever had was on options. So just let that be a lesson to you guys. It's very risky. I'm also known as what we like to call a giant bag holder. I'll just hold the bags, man. I don't care. I'll just give me all the bags. I'm gonna hold them, right? I'm not taking a loss. Anyhow, AMTX, a position that we entered into, what was it, yesterday? God, it feels like so long ago, right? Actually, 2 days ago. So we turned into a swing trade. We're now currently into like day number 2.5 of holding this thing. Looks like we closed at 23.84. Just kind of traded a little bit sideways, but we had a micro pullback. I'm going to call it a micro if you look at it macroscopically here, and you look at the big picture of here. Is look at this run up. This is from 6 months, right? Yeah, we traded this sideways for a long time on this position, and I didn't hold it here, so I'm not worried about it. But look at this growth here. 536%, right? 2 days ago, we hit the new all-time high of $27.44 on AMTX. This is like a biodiesel and alternative fuels company here, with offices, I believe, in India and California, Nevada, somewhere on there. You guys can read this stuff up. You can do all this DD on your own. I don't want to go on to it here. I've read this thing probably like 5 or 6 different times. But just to get the gist of it, I'll read just this one little sentence here. Development and commercialization of technologies that replace traditional petroleum-based products by conversion of first-generation ethanol and biodiesel plants into biorefineries, right? So you can see that there's some kind of alternative fuel company. Me, this isn't a position I'm holding like long-term. Not like, oh my God, I believe in this company. They're going to do so many great things. Look, I'm just swing trading this thing. I see the potential here to make a quick buck. Or it could take a little bit, but we're on a run up here, and if I set the retracement, and I'll even set it to like, I don't know, we can set it right there. Boom. So red again, red again. Watch me struggle to figure out how to change it again. Yep, got you this time, right? Actually, I want it like gold. Yeah, that's better. So if we zoom in here, you guys can take a look and you can see that from this little run up here, and we're just going, I mean, you could probably pull it from almost anywhere that you want to. Really doesn't matter. Could have pulled it from way back there, and it would be even more impressive of how little of a retracement or pullback we actually are seeing at the moment here for these last 2 days. Barely touched this 38%, right? Anything above 50 is good. We've already talked about that. Remove that drawing there. And we'll zoom back out. So this is a stock that, if you're going to swing trade for a day, couple days, couple weeks, couple months, do you want something going up or you want something going down, right? I want something that's going up, trending upwards. Already been the bag holder on too many things that were trending downwards, where I had to spend time to average my position down. In the end, yes, I made profits, and yes, I was able to close my positions in the green with net positive results of more than 10%. But it took some work, it took some time, and it took some patience, and that's what trading is all about. Again, I'm still new, and I'm not a financial advisor. Hell, I just went and got a new book today. This book is called Day Trading, Beat the System and Make Money in Any Market Environment, written by Justin Cooper, right? So, put that up there for you. Oh, man, it's not even... Oh, it's not gonna see it. There we go. All right, you guys can pause, screenshot, zoom in, all that good stuff, right? So in here, there's some, everything from technical analysis to charts and patterns, money management, and trading strategies. I also have read the intelligent. Is it intelligent? I always get the name so messed up. If it's intelligent or smart, whatever it is, investor by Benjamin Graham, right? So Warren Buffett praised this book. It's like, oh, this is his favorite book, and if there's only one book you should read as an investor, you should read this. And I believe it's the Intelligent Investor. Don't quote me. You guys look it up. Benjamin Graham. Good book to read. Just something to read, right? Something to kill time. Always good to expand your knowledge. Hell, I watch when I get off of my live stream, I get on and watch other YouTubers and see how they trade things, how they do things. I watch other channels. I'm trying to grow this channel, trying to grow my knowledge in producing videos and my knowledge in the day trading, swing trading, technical analysis world. So I take my inspiration from a lot of other channels and a lot of other people, and am always constantly trying to learn, grow, and evolve, and that's what we need to do as people, right? So I see potential here that this thing it just had a minor pullback, will run up. I have mine set at 5%. I've got an alert set here at 27. I think that's 42, which is just under the all-time high. So once we start getting close, I'll get that alert. I'll go back, check on it, see what's going on, see if we're oversold here. Check out my indicators. What does everything look like? Does it look like, we're going to test that and get rejected, or are we going to try to make a run up, right? And if we're going to make a run up, how far are we going to run up before we pull back, right? So I've got a limit order set here for $28.03, which is roughly 5% profit on my only little 2 shares here, at $26.70, just because I'm playing around, right? So you don't need a ton of money to invest in the market to enjoy yourself, or to learn, to have fun, or hell, even to make a little bit of profit. 50, $100, $1,000, $5,000, whatever you got, I have always kept this mindset, and it might not be right, but you only lose when you sell. And I'm not telling you guys that that's what you should do, right? It's very important for you guys to learn stop losses, and if you're going to be day trading, to set a stop loss. But you have to make up what works for you, what you feel comfortable with doing, right? For me, I really, really, really don't like losing money. I hate losing money. So I don't set stop losses. I try to invest in companies with good bullish momentum, or strong companies that if they do decide to go down, that they will eventually come back up, whether it's through earnings or a dividend or whatever it may be. And if there's a strong potential of me holding them back for a very long time, a company with a dividend is not a bad company to be investing, because you get that dividend every quarter or every 3 months, right? And as we go down the line, we'll talk more about dividends. We pretty much talk about the same things every day. These are the only positions I hold in this account. In my other brokerage account, I hold some SNDL, some Sundial Growers. There I was chasing it. Just threw a couple $100 at it just to see what it was going to do, see if it was going to blow up. And that was before I really did the DD on the gamma squeeze and short squeeze of GameStop, and really understood Wall Street bets and what was going on here. So I came in a little bit late. Well, as a member of Wall Street Bets, like a couple of years ago, maybe a year ago, something like that, when I first saw them on Reddit. Maybe I wasn't even a member. I just kind of saw them. I was like, oh, yeah, okay, that's cool. At the time, I was probably down more than 50% in my portfolio over the 2019, really the 2020 pandemic season there. Just really took a hit. But you know what? I held strong. I didn't sell. And when you see your entire portfolio, right? So I diversified my portfolio. When I say portfolio, I mean like as a whole, right? It's multiple savings accounts, cash, assets, other stuff like that, and then my brokerage accounts, right, with trading. And within my trading accounts, or my brokerage accounts there, that was where I saw 50% down on my entire portfolio, and I had a good portion there. For me, I mean, I'm not a millionaire, I don't have a ton of money, but 50% of your whole entire portfolio, everything that you've been investing for the last, I was doing for 3 years. When you say everything you've been putting in over 3 years go down to 50%, you're like, oh my God, man, this is, how am I ever gonna I just remember Joe Exotic right now. How am I ever gonna financially recover from this? If you guys ever seen that meme. The Tiger King memes were the best thing about 2020. Anyhow, I held on. I didn't let go, and then I ended up taking profits. One of those positions was Ford. It was a good dividend stock. That's why I invested into the first place. MMLP, gas pipeline company. Not really in an uptrend, more so in a downtrend over the years. Matter of fact, we'll go take a look over there. God, I hate that. No, I'm gonna have to turn those notifications off so you guys don't hear that. So this is over a 180 day. We need to look at it like a 5-year. You can see on the 3 years. It's even better if you guys see on a 5-year. You see that? Just down, 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 down. I thought I was going through a market correction. I invested in this like so early on, but it was a really good dividend stock because their price was here and their dividend percentage was whatever it was. And compared to this, however, when I bought it, it was more so like somewhere around here, right? In this year of 2018. This is when I did most of my early on investing in Ford, Harley Davidson. Opened my account in 2017, did some little stuff here, swing trades and whatnot, learning about the market. But I really started to start heavily investing in 2018. So held a position here, and you can see from 18 just kind of just took a crap, right? Eventually, I averaged my position all the way down from like $10 or so. This was at 12 here, so all the way down. Hit that low of 91 cents. I just averaged down the whole way down. We got a bit of a pump up earlier this year, January, February in 2021. You can see we hit like 284, whatever, $3 at one point. Boom. Took my profits. It was like 12.5% done, right? I did gain dividends over those couple of years, although they cut the dividend here in 2020, but dividend investing is a smart play, right, for anybody's portfolio, in my opinion. That's why I'm invested currently in AT&T, because I think AT&T is a strong company. Here we are on a 5-year chart still with AT&T, and I still have these lines set. I'll leave these lines set for quite some time, but you can see where we kind of currently set right around the $30 range. It actually closed at $30.31. I bought in at $28.98, so just roughly $29, 108 shares long. Not a lot, but I try to diversify within my portfolio here and never have more than 50% in one position. Anyhow, I think the potential here of upside on AT&T is about 30%, right? Could even be greater, depend on stuff, but I truly think that where we should be trading at is somewhere around in here, because this is the 2020 year, and you see the first couple of months here, first 2 months, we're good, and then you know what happens. So I don't know if we're not allowed to talk about it on YouTube, so I'm just going to say pandemic, whatever. This is where that BS happened here, and the stock shot down. So it is what it is. However, it's starting to consolidate. I got in this position at, like I said, $29. The best thing about AT&T for me, other than this 31% potential here to get back up to this mark, is their dividend. Yes. 7.23% dividend yield. They do a dividend of $2.08 per share per year. So, very good on the dividend. 7.23%. Take that all day long, right? So if you're going to hold this thing for a swing trade, even if it's 6 months, a year, just think for every share you'll get that money, right? So my 100 shares, that's about $200 a year just for holding onto that position. And if it takes a whole year to get back up here with some kind of big news catalyst, like, I don't know, maybe NFL Sunday Ticket getting re-signed with DirecTV, maybe that helps push this thing back up. Or just some good financials, right? We'll see what happens. They own HBO Max, and they own Time Warner Cable, and they own a few other things. And maybe they rolled out some new streaming platform that just blows everybody away. We'll see what they do. You never know. AT&T's a big company. A lot of debt. Keep that in mind. You guys do your own DD when you're researching to your investments, but just showing you what I got in the portfolio here. We'd like to go over this every day. Just kind of show you guys where we're setting. Sins. Don't really want to talk too much about SINs. Super long-term play. It's a CGM continuous glucose monitoring system with patents in the works for a 180-day and a 1 year, 365-day patch that you can wear that'll link to your smartphone that will monitor your glucose levels for the diabetics. I have diabetics in my family, so this one is kind of near and dear to my heart. My father was diabetic, and that could have had some been a contributing factor to what led to his eventual demise. But anyhow, I remember growing up, we never had sweet tea in the house. We always had unsweet tea. So we always had like sugar-free cookies and unsweet tea and random like stuff like that, you know. So yeah, I don't know. You guys, you like unsweet tea? Let me know in the comments, right? I usually go like half and half because I feel like sweet tea is really too sweet. So I just like a little half and half with some lime or lemon. Sorry, wait, lemon, lime? It's lemon, but in Spanish, limon is lime. So whatever. You guys know what I'm talking about, the yellow one. Anyhow, currently end of the day about $2.75. I am in this position down here from my acquisition price of $3.75, down about $88 overall, and down $12 on the day. We're looking pretty good yesterday, and you know, you see that we looked pretty dang good, and then you know just kind of traded down, but. This is a super long-term play for me. Could take a year. Who knows how long this FDA approval is going to take for this 365-day CGM. I'm waiting for that to roll out, and you know, just I'll keep adding this position as long as it's down. I'll average down when I get some dry powder. However, right now my main focus is AMC, and I'm not currently adding to any other positions unless it's really, really tasty, like sub $2 on cents. So I'm fine with where I'm at here. Rocket, when we were talking about dividends, how many of you guys knew that Rocket was having a dividend? If you look at their analyze, you need to analyze RKT. That's a ticker symbol for Rocket. If you guys haven't seen the commercials, or a mortgage company, a bunch of other companies. Rocket has a ton of companies. And I guess we could go through them here. I'll pull it up. Might take me a second to find it. While we're waiting on me to find it, if you guys even took the second to read over this, you'll see that there's no dividend here, right? Nothing. Not available for 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 was at $0, right? Nothing down here in the dividend yield. However, Rocket gave out a $1.11 dividend for 1 quarter for anyone who held Rocket shares as of March the 8th. That was the ex-dividend date, right? March the 8th. So I was just looking through my account the other day, and it's like, Rocket dividend, qualified dividend, $2.22. What? Can I only hold 2 shares, right? I knew I was chasing the bag on this thing. Got stuck holding it. That's totally on me. But now, since I found out that, I'm completely happy with holding this bag for a little bit longer, and even adding to these positions here. I am not seeing what companies they own. I don't want to hold you guys up while I'm trying to search for this stuff, to tell you the truth. Boom. So look at this real quick. Right here on Yahoo. Ex-dividend date of March 8th, 2021. They still don't have any information, right? I don't know what the information is. 1-year target estimate of $25.42. So previous close at 22. So I think that this is the target. You can scoop them up for 22. You know, maybe at one point they hit 25. For whatever reason, I just don't see anything to announce. But they did release a $1.11 dividend. Statistics. There's a PE ratio over here. Market cap. Historical data. Is this going to talk about their dividend? Probably not. Company outlook. Oh, what? That'd be nice, right? That's Disney. Analysis, maybe something up in here. don't know what that's about. Oh, this is their earnings per share. Okay. And revenue. So it looks like they're expecting huge jump in revenue um, for the year 2022. Actually, a little bit down from what they say a year ago. South growth actually down quite a bit, but not too bad. Anyhow, we're not really looking at that right now. Anyhow, you guys do some research on it. You'll figure it out. I don't want to hold you up looking for all this stuff on Google and Yahoo and all that crap. But they own a ton of companies, and the big thing with them is that dividend. Just keep in mind that it could be a one-time deal, but if it's not $1.11 dividend, tell me where else I can find that per quarter on a position that's $23, right? That's about just under 15% dividend yield there. That would be like $4.44 a year on a $23 stock. But that could have just been a one-time deal. I don't know. Maybe you guys can clear that up for me. And, the big dog here, Harley Davidson, the hog. I actually reached the high today, right? I'm looking over here. I'm seeing all this green over here. Yeah. But I remember looking at my TD Ameritrade account, and I didn't see too much green. I guess Harley Davidson was one of those green. I see, a lot of red, a lot of green. I don't really pay too many numbers to that, too much attention to those numbers. Not until I'm looking to close a position. I do have a limit order set for $42. Until then, I'll just keep collecting the little dividend that they have because it used to be a little bit larger, and then they kind of slowed it down. Although, if we get this $42, I think maybe what my plan is going to be is potentially to, one, either start averaging down, but I've got other companies that I'm looking to invest in and average down on and kind of transition my outlook. This is a few years ago. My outlook was like Harley Davidson announced the Livewire all-electric motorcycle. And now that it's been released, I'm not really seeing the numbers to kind of back up their price valuation here of $36. If you look at other motorcycle manufacturers other than, well, let's see, Polaris. Polaris is like actually a lot more expensive than Harley Davidson. Ticker symbol PII. That's what it looks like to me. Currently sitting at a high of 134.16, right? Or for the close, 133.82. So they did hit a high today of 134.16. So, and I don't think that PII actually has a dividend. They might, but it's not something I've ever. I've just been a Harley guy, but I'm also a money guy. So it looks like they've got a dividend yield of 2.60. So that's not a bad dividend, right? 2.49% on the year. Looks like, they were going up all the way through, even through the pandemic here. Looks like they have been trending upwards with their dividend from starting in 2016, $2.20 all the way up to $2.48. So, not bad, man. Not bad. Anyhow, I'm a Harley guy. Harley's the one with the electric bike. EV sector is a huge market for the future. That's why we watch Fisker FSR, and that's why I entered into Hog. However, not doing so great in Hog. Haven't been for a while. Oh, that's Polaris. There we go with Hog. You see, they're only called 42 positions long, down $187. $42 green on the day, so getting some of that money back. A lot of intraday fluctuations that I'm not too concerned with. We'll just keep evaluating this thing. If it reaches up to 42, maybe I'll wait for a pullback, reinvest some more. But really what I'm currently looking at is their EV market and what's going to happen there. I mean, are they going to announce another EV bike, or is the Livewire a one and done deal? They did come out with the bicycles for kids and the mountain bikes for adults and teenagers, but are they going to release another EV motorcycle? And that is a big thing for me. So I set the price target up here, quite high. For where we currently sit and where we had set earlier in the week. But look at this fluctuation between 2 days here. So there's definitely some scalping opportunities here. Don't get me wrong. What? Come on, man. Come on, man. Oh, you know what? That's why. About 11%, right? So not bad. You can scalp this thing. Don't know why it's going up so much. I don't think there was any news that came out. Looks like April 20th they'll report Q1 results. I do have a buddy of mine that works at a dealership, and I went to the dealership last week for bike night, and man, half the dealership was gone. I mean, they are selling bikes left and right like you would not believe. So I expect these Q1 results to be pretty outstanding. So be we get a pump up there, and probably just exit. I might just exit this position. You can see we were here. This is still on a 5-year chart, is it not? That's 3-year. 180 days ago we were here. But if we were looking back, let's go back and look at that actual 3-year chart. And we're trending back upwards. We're kind of trading where we should be. If they don't bring the dividend back, I just don't know if I want to invest in them for much longer. Dividend's kind of crap. Hit a low of $14, man. I mean, I'm telling you, my position was looking bad last year. When I'm holding that $40 and I got down to $14 on just one position, imagine the other ones and what my portfolio looked like. It was terrifying, right? I didn't even open TD Ameritrade for like months. I was like, oh God. Although that's a good buying opportunity, yeah. So I could have averaged down this whole time, but truthfully, Harley Davidson's kind of been on the edge. If you keep up with the company, they've just really been on the edge for a while, right? Are they on the edge of bankrupt? Are they not? What's going on? Are they killing the company? They're turning their back on their majority of their fan base with introducing these bikes. But I'm a part of the end that I like these new bikes. I like the EV line. I like the Pan America. It's my background, for gosh sakes, if you haven't seen it. Sweet looking bike, I think. Coming out here this May. So I think we've got some potential here. I've got this set just in case. I mean, I don't know. I might move this thing. I'm still undecided on this one. I kind of just have this as a price target to let me know when I reach the amount that I'm okay with. But I don't know. We'll see. Until then, who knows? We'll take a look over here at GME, see just how we're doing in the after hours right now. Jeez, what am I looking at over here? Yeah, not much movement here. Currently at looks like 180.65, closed at 181. Looks like we had a little bit of volume here, push up. And I say a little bit, I mean a tiny little bit, push down and push back up. Currently at 1018, close at 1024 on the old girl AMC. I think it's what I'm start calling her for from now on, the old girl. The old girl. How long we've been streaming over here? Fintel, close that one out. Just about 48 minutes. I'm trying to keep these streams a little bit shorter than like the 2 hours. I start talking and then I can't shut up. I just feel like there's so much to go over throughout the day and so many companies, right? I haven't even gone to my watch list here. TCAT 3951 is where it ended up at the day. Carnival Cruise Lines 2606, and we talked about Carnival Cruise Lines. Oh gosh, let me go over here. We talked about Carnival Cruise Lines already, so if you guys haven't seen that, I might do a quick recap over the weekend. I actually do a full video on CCL and my thoughts on Carnival Cruise Lines and what might happen. So we had some potential lines of profit here that were very, very enticing. However, with some news that had came out about the cruises not being able to set sail until like November, it's not very good for the old cruise lines here. Cinemark Holdings, you guys know what they are. I'm not cheating on all AMC, but there's some potential for profit here as well, right? We are here to make money. Ford, is what it is. I closed that position for it already. Dolphin sitting at 1325, which this is an NFT play, and they're more of a marketing company rather than NFT, but they dabble in some NFT stuff. The true NFT play is TCAT. Yeah, I'm not trying to add a symbol there. Come on. And some of this other stuff here. Sundial sitting at 113. I'm in it for 213, so down about $1 over, I think it's like 88 positions that I hold there in Sundial, and so not a lot. That's in another brokerage account. We won't talk about that because I was chasing the bag and then I got caught holding the bags. FSR sitting at, this one I do want to talk about since we're on that EV sector talk with Harley Davidson. If you guys have been watching my channel, you know about FSR and Fisker and the Fisker Ocean SUV that is coming out. I think I have showed it many times, and I will just show it one more time before we get off here today and leave you guys with some things to look about or think about or talk about. But I think this is a sexy little SUV that's going to come out, kind of a cross between a Range Rover and I think like a Kia Telluride. Which my neighbor has one, and I'm kind of digging them. I think they're a cool little car. Anyhow, this is set to release for the 2022 model year, so I'm expecting the end of this year. So this could be a long-term hold on an EV car if they can get it. You know, EV, it's a struggling market for newer manufacturers, right? Tesla struggled for years to become profitable, and then they just shot up. So could this be the next Tesla? No, I don't know. I think people are looking at, what is the other company? That CCIV, if I'm not mistaken, that they do something with tech. Not too big on CCIV, just not in on it. Oh, and the big thing is that these SUVs are sub 40,000. I think it's like 39.9 is the MSRP for maybe a base model for at least whatever. So I think it's a cool looking car. Interior looks dope. Oh, you guys tell me what you think. I mean, I think there's just a rendering here of like a four-wheel drive one. Even though it's a rendering, that's pretty cool, right? And if we can find one picture of the interior, they've got some kind of like weird solar looking thing on the top. I don't know if that's like a heater or something, but it looks kind of Tronish. And if you guys recognize the background from my my channel here, I'm kind of trying to go with more of a Tron theme. One of my favorite Disney movies of all time, although you might say like, well, you know, what about a real Disney movie? Well, Tron's a real Disney movie, I guess. I would just say it's one of my favorite movies of all time anyway, and not the first one. The first one is good, but it's, you know, pre-CGI. Nah, I'm cool. I'm good on that. I'm talking about the newer one, right? So let me close that down there. Anyhow, you guys saw what the car looked like. That's the play here. They had a big run up a few weeks ago. We'll look back at a 20-day. You can see high of 31.96. I was potentially looking to scalp it when it was like $20 to $21, and I got a little scared. I didn't want to chase the bag because I was going to dump a couple thousand into it, and man, could have made some good profit. But you know what? Sometimes the best trade that you can make is no trade at all, and sometimes I wish that I listened to that more often, because sometimes I'm holding the bag. But when you're trading a large portion, for me, a couple $1,000s is a lot of money. So if I'm looking to enter position of a couple $1,000s on a, you know, just a hunch that something's going to go up, and it sure enough the hell did, I wanted to be damn sure that the hunch is really good, and at worst case scenario I can at least get my money back, right? And I just wasn't comfortable entering into that position at the time. And you know, it ran up and I thought it was done, and then it ran up some more, and then it was done. And here we are kind of trending back downward. And if you look at the 1 year here, you can kind of see just nasty, right? Like huge retracement there. That's because it was just like I don't want to call it a pump and dump, but was not healthy bullish sentiment here. That was a news catalyst that drove this thing up, right? So you got to take that kind of out of the equation. And even in now, we're kind of trading a little bit before that. So I'm looking somewhere in this range here of $15 to $17 if I want to enter a position. I think for me that's a healthy, reasonable position to enter. So until we hit that point, I'm going to hold off there. But that's FSR for you guys. If you're interested in CCIV, what? That does not look like no freaking EV company. What is the other EV company? Man, what's the other one? There's one more. I can't remember the freaking name of it. If any of you guys know, let me know in the comments. There's another EV company. Maybe it's a battery company for EV or something that's pretty big that people are big on. I just don't remember the name. Palantir is the LiDAR company. We haven't really talked about Palantir too much. Well, here you go if you want to see the chart. Most of this channel we're going to talk about AMC, Tesla, some of the other positions we have, and then some that we're looking to enter in the future and why we're looking to do so. We also do some stock scans on the day to see where we're at percentage wise. Matter of fact, EEIQ, this thing got halted a few times when it was trading this morning. I'm actually kind of curious to see what happened here. This is like a Chinese educational company. Yeah, it looks like they straightened themselves out after those halts. You can see massive run up this morning, and then just got halted a couple times through here. It was halted for a long time actually, and they just, yeah, started trading sideways again, kind of corrected itself. But you can see all the way down from $3.58 up to 70 in the pre-market hours. So really crazy. Don't know if there's any news out on it yet. Elite Education Group skyrockets after IPO. Technical levels to watch. So guessing. Oh, yeah. Stupid me. It's because of the IPO. We talked about it this morning. We looked over. I was so tired. I got off the stream this morning. I put my coffee down and went straight into the bedroom and laid down and tried to get some sleep. Then my buddy called me and was like, "Hey man, how do you do this on OBS?" I was like, "Okay, let me get up and yeah." Ready for some Tarkov right now, actually. Anyhow, that's besides the point. So we will go over every morning, and we'll do a stock scan, and we'll kind of scan for these parameters here between $5 and $30 on the price range. Stock that's in volume of 500,000 to 200 million, and from a percentage change of 0 to 1,000%, and just kind of see what really pops up, right? And you see some dramatic increases here, like that EEIQ up 287% from the previous close, which is massive, right? Massive, right? So just can get you some ideas for some swing trades. Halliburton, we never even looked into. HAL, we'd like to take a quick look and see what happened here. Me and a buddy were talking about Halliburton earlier, a couple days ago actually. So hit a low of 20 up to 21, so not too bad. Up like 2.78 from previous close here. And latest COVID-19 wave. Wow. Yeah, okay, whatever. Kind of over all that. Energy company shares are trading lower, blah, blah, blah. Crude oil. So why would this go up if they were talking about trading lower? Maybe that's because of this. This is old news. I guarantee if I look, it's from yesterday. It is from yesterday, and it just bounced back. So a little bit of a retracement. People saw the value here at $20 and just kind of drove the price back up, right? That's what I'm going to guess or assume happened here with Halliburton. If we look at like maybe a 5-day, yeah, news came out, crashed hard, people bought it up, said it's not worth $20, it's worth more than that. I'll buy it, and they bought it. So that's what I think happened. We will take a look at AMC before we go here. One last time for the evening. Barring nothing crazy happens, I think we're kind of done for the day. And, you know, looks that way. It's a 5 minute. I was like, man, where'd all that volume come from? 1 million in the last minute. Whoa. No, that was the that was for 5 minutes. So yeah, closing out 475. Just low volume, man. I mean, we really just need to see more volume push into AMC for us to really start seeing a push. We need more retail investors, more diamond-handed apes holding this thing out and buying up more actually on these dips, right? And I think that's one thing that we're probably not seeing enough of is people are just holding, and I get that people are down, but we're not seeing more people buying on the dips. A lot of the smarter investors who have the capital to do so, oh yeah, that's what they're doing. I mean, hell, that's what I've been doing. I mean, I did what I had, or put in what I had, although it wasn't very much. You know, I'm trying to, because at this point I'm averaging my position up, and I think maybe some things that are hindering some investors also is that, oh, I don't want to average up. Well, you're still making money, right? When this thing goes up from $10 to $13, you're still making profit. So, you know, why not? But anyhow, you guys do as you wish, as you see best for you and your family and your portfolio. I'm just me, just some guy on the internet here, just documenting what's going on with me. Maybe one of these days AMC skyrockets to the moon, and we'll be looking back, and I'll be making videos about how I made $300,000 on AMC, or how I made $1 million on AMC, and maybe I can actually have a better background than this fake one. So. Mine's actually not bad. I'm just stuck down here in the basement, and I don't want you guys to see. It's kind of like my laundry room slash like garage. My motorcycle's on my right side. Washer and dryer's like right here next to me. Just kind of an unfinished room down here. So. Anyway, I want to thank you guys for watching the stream. One thing I didn't mention, that song that I played in the intro here, you guys, I'll put a link in the description there. All credit to that guy. What did I even play? I almost forgot. I think I said it this earlier. Nitty Gritty. I had to start the stream twice because somehow I messed up the first one. However, if you like that, I will put a link to that in the description, and you guys go check him out. Send him a like, send him a subscribe, all that good stuff for himself. Cool song. I actually felt like I could bump it around in the car, so I was enjoying it. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you guys enjoyed the stream. Anyways, I will see you guys on Monday. Maybe push out a video on this weekend. I say maybe, because I got some reading to do. I got a new book, so we'll see what happens for the weekend. Anyways, you guys enjoy your weekend. Buenos días, buenas tardes, buenas noches. See you guys. Hasta luego, hasta lunes. See you on Monday. Take it easy. Thanks for watching. Peace.
Mic off.